Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my Week 2 NFL picks for the 2020 NFL season. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe to your channel. Greatly appreciate you do that. We're close to 300, so I want to hit that very soon. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. So last week I went 7-9. And it's always tough to figure out the first 4 weeks because, especially with these teams not playing preseason. But I do regret two picks I made and two boneheaded picks. It was the Seahawks Falcons game. I picked the Falcons last week. That was a boneheaded pick by me. I am not picking the Falcons for the rest of the season, unless I know they can definitely beat that team. And the other bonehead pick, I picked my Titans to lose because I thought we'll go into Denver and lose because Denver is kind of a tough place to play with the altitude and all that. But uh, the Titans are clearly better than the Denver Broncos, so that was kind of a bonehead pick as well. I thought we would get upset in that game, but we didn't. So two bonehead picks there. Week 2, I'm hoping go above 500. I went 7-9 last week. I need to go above 500, so that means 9-7 at the minimum. But of course, I'd love to go maybe 11-5, 12-4, maybe even 16-0. So let's get into it. Week 2, your Thursday night game is the Battle of Ohio, Bengals Browns. The game's it's not in Cincinnati, it's in Cleveland. Um, and basically, I think they're gonna have 6,000 fans if I'm not mistaken. At the last time I checked, to start off the season, but they're hoping to get more throughout the season there in the state of Ohio. And I'm gonna go with the Browns here, and I only pick these games straight up, and I give you a score. I think the Browns go ahead and win this one, 27-24. I think it's kind of a back and forth game. I don't think the Browns are really that good because I think the quarterback isn't that good. I actually think the Bengals have the better quarterback from what I saw in Week 1. And I wish the Bengals. I wish Zach Taylor kind of just let him loose, Joe Burrow, because they should have won that game against the Chargers, and they let him more loose. I think they definitely would have won it. So, um, I definitely feel like they need to let him more loose. Just kind of maybe just throw him into the fire more, expand that offensive playbook there for the Bengals with Joe Burrow at the helm at quarterback. But I'm gonna go with the Browns because I still think they're a better team. I don't think the Bengals really have much outside of Joe Burrow, honestly. I know that they have Nixon. He's a good running back. But overall, I'm going to just go with the Browns, 27-24. The game's in Cleveland. Give me the Browns. Now to the Sunday games. Next game, Falcons Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a top 10ish team. The Rams may actually be better than them. I might have underestimate them. The Falcons are just not a good team. The game is in Dallas. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Cowboys to win this game. I think the Cowboys are gonna win this game by 2 touchdowns. Honestly, or something around that. I'll go Dallas Cowboys in this one. I'll say they win. I'll go 34-19. I'll say they win by 15. Actually, Cowboys, in my opinion, are just not. I don't think they're like a top 5 team. I don't know if they're a Super Bowl contender, but they are definitely good enough to beat the Falcons. The Falcons Russell Wilson single handedly just beat the crap out of you guys last week, and I think Dak Prescott's going to do the same thing with help from Ezekiel Elliott, and I have no faith in the Falcons in this one. Cowboys win 34-19. Next game, Bills Dolphins. This is a tough one. I don't know necessarily if that was just a very bad performance by the Dolphins, which I kind of am leaning towards too. The Bills are a very good team. Um, I'm sure they're favored. But I'm actually gonna go with the upset. This is gonna be my upset of the week right here. I'm picking the Dolphins. It's in Miami. The Bills, in my opinion. I still think they're a pretty good team. But I just feel like the Dolphins after last week, a lot of people are saying they're not really a good team. I think they are better than what we saw last week, and I feel like Fitzpatrick just had a bad game and he'll bounce back. And I think they go ahead and win this one. I'll say they win 23-20 over the Bills. This is my upset of the week. Next game, Giants Bears. Give me the Bears in this one. I was pretty impressed with them last week with the comeback. I thought down 23-6. It was over. It was over, but Mitchell Trubisky, he showed up in the fourth quarter and led the comeback, and they won that game 20. Where did they win that game? 24-23. I want to say. It might have been 27-23, something like that. I forget the score, but it's in Chicago. Giants, I don't think are terrible per se, but they can really only win one offense because that offensive line is so bad, and the defense is just gonna run out of gas eventually with how bad that offense is because they can only really run dink and dunk offense, so like kind of the West Coast just drop back and maybe get rid of it, and overall, I just feel like it's gonna eventually catch up to them. The Bears defense is still pretty good. I'll go Bears in this one. I say they win this game. I'll go 28-17 Bears. I'll say they win by 11. Next game, Broncos Steelers. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers primarily because it's in Pittsburgh. The Broncos aren't a bad team per se. Drew Lock, obviously a young quarterback, it showed a lot. I would say, in against the Titans on Monday Night Football. And overall, Melvin Gordon, not Melvin Gordon. Philip Lindsay's injured. I know their big cornerback. I forget his name escapes me. AJ Boye. He's injured. I don't know if they're gonna play. The Steelers looked very good against the Giants. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do think this game's kind of low scoring per se. I'll go 20-14 Steelers. I still think the Broncos. I think they're going to be 0-2, but I still think they're a pretty good team. But I think that they're not really there with the top teams. I think I overestimated them a little bit in my preseason predictions. So give me Pittsburgh 20-14. As you can see, I'm going to scroll down to more games here. Next game, Lions Packers. I thought about making this my lock of the week, but I decided to save that for another game. The Packers, in my opinion, are very good. The Lions should have won last week. This game might be somewhat competitive, but give me the Packers, obviously. Packers are going to win this game, I think, very easily. Um, I say to go ahead and win this one. They might hang 40 on them. I'm going to say they come a bit short of that. But I'm going to go ahead with the Packers 38, Lions 20. I'll take the Packers by 18 in this one because I just don't think the Lions are really that good of a team. Matt Patricia is a terrible head coach. I cannot believe you blew a 23-6 lead to Mitchell Trubisky. So give me the Packers in this one, 38-20. Next game, Jaguars Titans. Some Jaguars fans, they have their chest puffed out. They're saying they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win. We might beat the Titans." You're not beating the Titans. And I am concerned about our kicking game. I am a Tennessee Titans fan. You call me a homer all you want. I am concerned about the kicking game, but good lord, offensively, play action with us offensively is unstoppable. The Denver Broncos had no response for our play action game because they were shutting down Derrick Henry pretty good despite him going for a buck 16. But play action, Ryan Tannehill proved why he got that contract yet this offseason on Monday Night Football. That play action was unstoppable, and the defense is pretty good as well, especially with the addition of Javion Clowney. He had some impact with pass rushing. So I'm going to pick the Titans here because they are the better team. And I'm going to go ahead and say they win this game kind of easily because I think the Jaguars just got lucky, honestly, last week because they kept the game close and they ran into a choke artist. Go ahead, give me the Titans in this one. I say we win this one. I'll go 27-17. Maybe the Jaguars score a touchdown late to make it a 10-point game, but I don't think this one's going to be really that close. Give me the Titans 27-17. And usually we do play well against the Jaguars. We only lost one game out of the last 8 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next game, Vikings Colts. Interesting game here. The Vikings, offensively, I don't know what they were doing in the first half. They wouldn't pass the ball. Kirk Cousins, a lot of those points are kind of in garbage time. So don't let those 34 points fool you. The Indianapolis Colts, they better not find themselves in a close game. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be a close game. And I think that the Vikings are going to win this one. On the road. It's an indoor team versus an indoor team playing it because both teams play in domes. I do not trust the Colts in a close game as long as Philip Rivers is the quarterback. And I think it's going to be a close one. I'll go Vikings in this one, 24-21. But overall, that's the main reason why. Any close game, do not trust the Colts at all this year with Philip Rivers at quarterback. If Jacoby Brissett's the quarterback, I have more faith in that than Philip Rivers in quarterback in a close game. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and pick the Vikings. I think the Vikings are an average team. I don't think there's really anything special about them. The defense clearly took a step back, but it's going to be a dogfight, but close game. Give me the Vikings 24-21. Next game, Rams Eagles. Give me the LA Rams. They are kind of a surprise team so far. I did not expect them to be this good. You could tell Jared Goff, he is the definition of a system quarterback, but he doesn't mind being a system quarterback. The running back committee, the way they're using the running backs this year, this Ronald Brown. I know his first name's one of those two, Donald or Ronald. Very good. Cam Akers, I thought had some explosive runs. Defensively, this team is much better than last year as well. So overall, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Rams on the road in this one. I'll take the Rams to win this game. It'll be close, but I'll take the Rams 31-28. The Eagles, they got to figure out if Carson Wentz is the future because there's too many of these games that they play to the competition, and some of these games, like last year against the Dolphins and this year, week one against the Redskins, they lose. So they got to figure that out. Eagles, I still think they're a decent enough team. I still think they'll be competing for a playoff spot, but they're going to start the season 0-2 as they lose to the Rams. And I forgot the score. I said 31-28 Rams. Next game, Niners Jets. Give me the Niners in this one. I know Richard Sherman's on the IR for 3 weeks. It won't matter against the Jets. The Jets are as laughable as it gets. They are one of the worst teams in football. Just about any team could beat the Jets. I'm picking the Niners in this one. I think they blow them out, honestly. Similar to the Ravens game in Week 1, the Ravens-Browns game. But I'll go, I think they hang 40 plus on them, honestly. I'll go 42-14 49ers. I'll say they win by 4 touchdowns against the Jets. Jets are just god awful. Adam Gase might not even make it to Halloween. Next game, Panthers Bucks. This is my lock of the week here. I'm picking the Bucks at home. The Panthers, the Panthers are not a bad team, but that defense is so young and it's pretty bad. I may add primarily because they're young, not because it's just a bunch of bad players. I gotta go with the Bucks. Tom Brady, that is not gonna happen again. That performance, that was not the best performance from Tom Brady. I don't think it was a bad performance, but it's not the best performance. And I think he's gonna be looking to shut people up. And I think the Bucks are gonna win this game pretty comfortably. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bucks in this one. I'll go. I'll go. I'll say they hang 40 plus on them. I'll go 41-17 Bucks in this one. This defense for the Bucks is also pretty good. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but they are a pretty good defense, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Panthers, we all know they're rebuilding. It's the offense is basically they need to just give it to Christian McCaffrey. They had a 4th-and-inches they went for and they handed it to the fullback. With Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, you cannot do that. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a decent quarterback, but overall, they're gonna struggle a lot in this one. Give me the Bucks 41-17. Now to your 4 o'clock games. Redskins versus Cardinals. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. They made a statement last week beating the Niners, and I think they're gonna win this game. Season opener at home. It's a home opener. Redskins are coming off a big time win against the Eagles, a game that not a lot of people thought that they were going to win. And overall, I just feel like the Cardinals are just the better team here. I think the Redskins are still not very that good of a team, and I'll go with the Cardinals in this one. I'll go. I'll say they win this game 30-21. I'll say they'll win it by 9. The Redskins aren't like the worst team in the NFL. They'll score some points because I'm still not pretty sold on this defense for the Cardinals, but Cardinals will win by 9, 30-21. 425 game of the week right here as far as I'm concerned. Because of the broadcast, this is kind of your game of the week. 425 game of the week. If you want to say the NBC Sunday Night Football game's your game of the week, that's fine. But I'm going to say Chiefs Chargers is your game of the week. I know not a lot of people picking the Chargers. And I'm not picking the Chargers either. I'm picking the Chiefs. But I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what people think. I'm sure a lot of people are saying by 3 touchdowns. I think this game's going to be a tighter game because I don't think this Chiefs defense is as good as advertised. And I think the Chargers they're going to score some points in this one, but give me the Chiefs in this one. I'll go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll say 35. I'll say they try to score 35 again, and I'll go 35-27 Chiefs. I'll take it by 8. And that stadium is very nice in LA, by the way, that the Chargers and Rams are sharing. Your other 425 game, Ravens Texans, is in Houston. I know, but I gotta go with the Ravens. There was no way the Texans are gonna win this game against the Ravens. From what I saw in Week 1, the Texans, in my opinion, they took a major step back from what I saw in Week 1, and it's gonna continue. It's gonna continue against the Ravens. Now, the Texans aren't a bad team per se, but the Ravens, to me, are the best team in the NFL right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Ravens in this one. They won't. It won't be like 38-6 per se. It's actually a decent quarterback matchup. Last year, these two teams faced off, and it was 41-7, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a bit closer than that. I'll go Ravens 32. I think it's kind of a weird game. I'll go 32-17 Ravens in this one. I said they'll win by 15. Sunday Night Football, Patriots, Seahawks. I'm picking the Seahawks. I already said on Monday night live stream, I already said that the Seahawks are going to beat the Patriots. Um, I'm sticking to that. Seahawks, they are a top 5 team from what I saw in Week 1. The Patriots, I mean, they're kind of one of these teams that are just going to try to gut out every game, I think. I don't think that I don't think they're really a good team, but I also don't think they're a bad team. I think they're just an above average team at best. It's gonna be interesting to see how Cam does against this team. Seahawks are gonna gut this one out though. I say the Seahawks win this game. I'll go 24-14. I'll make a bit of a bold prediction saying that the Seahawks will win this game by two possessions because I just don't. I don't think I don't think the Patriots really have much talent. And listen, they're going to catch some teams with the way they run their offense because it's going to catch some teams napping, but it won't catch PKO and the Seahawks napping. I'll go ahead and I'll pick the Seahawks 24-14 over the Patriots. And then your Monday Night Football game, they open up that new stadium, the Las Vegas Raiders. Hopefully, it's just as good, if not better, than the LA Stadium because I don't know if a lot of things could beat that LA Stadium. That stadium looks so nice, but or at least on the television screen. But overall, I gotta go with the Saints here. The Saints, listen, we know who they are. Big additions, Malcolm Jenkins, obviously a safety, but the one that no one's talking about, Janoris Jenkins, aka Jackrabbit, used to be a big part of that Giants team when they were actually winning during the last years of Eli's career before everything went south. He's a big part of that defense that no one's talking about. Just want to give him some credit. He had a big pick six against Tom Brady in Week 1. Overall, the Saints are just a better team. I know the Raiders won last week, but I'm just not really buying into it. Um, and I'm gonna go with the Saints in this one. I think they actually went kind of easy, kind of comfortably again. I'll go Saints in this one. I'll say I'll say they win 33. I'm typing it. I'll say they win 33-14. This Saints defense is a lot better than what it was last year. Go ahead, give me the Saints 33-14. So those are my NFL picks for week 2. Comment down below. Tell me your NFL picks. I always like hearing from you all. Thanks for watching. College football picks will be out later tonight. And by the way, the Big Ten is playing. I'll talk about that more in that video and my top 25 video tomorrow that will be released. So thanks for watching. McD the Beast signing off.